Let's get back to another round of Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Big Nate.
With Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Brewsday.
Tuesday.
Party time.
Excellent. Woo! It is Brewsday Tuesday with Wayne Campbell and
Garth Algar.
Garth Algar is in the hizzy. It is a special Halloween edition per usual. It's nice when it falls on a Tuesday.
That's
It must have happened at least once
beautiful.
or twice in this round. How does that work? When, like, is it every 7 years? Or it's not, right? That it goes in
The only thing
phase
I can
cycle.
track is that there's a February 29th every 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know how it all works, but I bet we've done a Brewsday on an actual Halloween.
You actually asked me the other day, are you one of those people who can calculate the day of the week? I was like, no, hell no. I don't know what next Friday's date is, which is still true. I don't. I'm terrible with calendars and math.
What I know is that it is Halloween, which is one of my favorite holidays. It always is a lot of fun dressing up. I like candy. I like partying. It's just everything's great about it. And of course, we're going to be doing a final round of pumpkin beers for our Halloween Brewsday Tuesday. And as I alluded to, Heavy Seas, they do it, and they do it good. The Greater Pumpkin. I have it right here in my hand, a pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin and spices aged in bourbon barrels. And as you would imagine, aged in bourbon barrels, that kicks the ABV up a notch or two. This one coming in at a nice hearty 10%.
Whew.
And it says right here, as fall approaches, it's here, and thoughts turn to Halloween, very much so at this point.
That applies.
They roll out the Greater Pumpkin, a copper ale. Okay, copper ale with notes of vanilla, oak, pumpkin, and flavors of autumn spice.
Can't help but feel like they just made up copper ale.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
Never
with
heard of a copper ale before.
I like it though. What
We're
you got?
just making our own style. I've got the Southern Tier Caramel Pumpkin Imperial Pumpkin Ale, 8.6 ABV again. And the craziest thing about this to me, this may be the longest shelf life I've ever seen of a bottle of beer that's not a stout. Best by June 21st, 2025.
So do you think is that a 2-year shelf life? I mean,
Yeah.
you think it's that old that they made that in June?
Well, I mean, even from now, that's a long ass time.
Yeah. Yeah,
I haven't found a bottled on date, but that's a crazy shelf life.
So I know you might be thinking, why did we pair? It might have made sense to pair the pumpkin with that caramel pumpkin, but I mean, what was the ABV on it again?
8.6.
8.6. So maybe we should. Either way, we're going another round. I know it's a bit Southern Tier heavy, but they're the ones that make the big and awesome pumpkin beers. Really, I mean, that's kind of their thing. So, a couple things I want to talk about. I know I wanted to get to Halloween costumes and whatnot, but first things first, because I really want to mention it, and I don't want to forget. This Saturday, we got something new coming to the area, and if you're a beer lover like myself, and maybe a bit of a runner like myself, even if you're not a bit of a runner like myself, there's this thing. Have you ever heard of the Hash House Harriers, Big Nate?
Not until about a week ago.
Oh, yeah, when you started seeing us posting
Yeah.
about it or whatever? Okay, so for those that don't know, Hash House Harriers is a international, worldwide, I don't know what you would call it, a running community, a thing. I'm not too sure.
A cult?
Not a cult. I wouldn't call it a cult by any stretch of the imagination. But long story short, now I've never done it, but BB's father has been doing it for 30 plus years over in Scotland and Aberdeen. Basically, the hare is somebody that maps out a run with flour on the ground. And there's usually different, you could turn this way, you can go this way, and you just keep running the course. It might lead to a dead end. It might lead to a dead end that has a beer there that you have to drink. And it might lead you, sometimes you might go through like a little creek or something, or they're wild. They're all over the place. It's this community kind of a thing. Like there's this, a circle before it. I've never done it before. So this will be the first one. It's this Saturday in Blacksburg. There's like the circle thing. People get nicknames, and Basically, like there's going to be a beer stop somewhere. I believe we're going to be along the run at some point. There's a brewery on the way. And then at the end, we all drink beer and hang out. And it's supposed to be really cool and a lot of fun. I am the beer meister, so I'm the one bringing the beer for folks. So
You're gonna be spoiled.
it's a little bit. I mean, I know what to bring and whatnot. So if you're interested, this one's called the Hokie Hash House Series. This is going to be the inaugural run. So this is the very first run, which is a big deal. So if you can come and be a member, a founding member or whatever, that's kind of cool. Like it's not every day that a hash starts somewhere. So some details. First things first, Hokie is spelled Hokey for copyright purposes. If you want to look it up, there's a Facebook group, Hokie Hash House Harriers. There's a public page. You can join it and get some more info. And I'm pulling it up right now, the event, because basically it's going to start near, it's off Plantation Road. So basically, there's the, what's that? It's like a Holiday Inn over there near Plantation. And like,
yes.
So I think there's like a parking lot.
I've never needed to stay there. I live here.
There's a dilapidated parking lot just before you get to 1020 Plantation Road. So that's where we're starting. All the details are on the Hokie Hash House Harriers
on the website.
Oh, you put it up on the website?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Sweet. Thank you, sir. So yeah, you can go to the website and get more info. But basically it's going to be a fun run. It's this Saturday. We're going to, we get there at noon. Set up. You can kind of get the rundown, learn a little bit, maybe have a beer, and then we'll run at 1. And depending on your running and how things go, I don't know how long the course is. I didn't set the course. I just was told to bring beer. So that's my contribution a bit to it. But it's supposed to be a lot of fun. And this is the first one. So you can, and we're going to do it like once a month. So I think the first Saturday of every month is the plan. So this is the very first one, November 4th. So come on out. It's going to be a good time. We got the info on our website, Hokie Hash House Harriers. It's starting, baby. So if you like beer and fun, and again,
it's a lot of my favorite things except for the whole running.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to get to. I'm quite certain
I would do that.
A lot of people don't really run it. You don't have to run the course. You can walk it.
Yeah. Getting outside.
I guarantee you there's going to be a good amount of people that are just going to walk the course. Might take you a little longer, but that's part of the fun. It evens out because the runners that go out first are going to go down the dead ends in the wrong way and they take longer, and then they'll come back. And then once you learn the course and it's specified, then it'll be marked and you'll know. I think you say on that this is the right way to go. And then everybody knows that's the way. So if you're walking, you're not going to have to worry about going the wrong way and stuff. You just.
Well, it sounds like the wrong way leads to beer.
Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how the hair does it. That's my understanding. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a total.
It sounds like so much fun.
Subculture thing, but it's supposed to be really cool.
It's like when I got really into urban exploration. I love it.
And after it all, we're all going to go to the cellar and have some beer and food down there. So
I know beer.
That's going to be the after party. So come on out, get the details, I guess, on our website. That'll be the easiest way to send them. 105throughthebear.com under the events page.
Down there in the events calendar.
Beautiful. Hokie Hash House Harriers. Be at the very first one, the inaugural run. Wanted to get that plug out there because I figured some of our listeners might be down for it. It should be fun with the beer and all that jazz. So come on out. And I think, like I said, the details are there. I think you are supposed to bring, I think it's $7 to donate to basically the beer fund because I'm putting up for all the beer. It's called the Hash Cash. And then that also will go on to buy like patches and t-shirts and stuff like that. So it'll be a good time. You coming? You free this Saturday? Well, actually, you're probably on air at oh no, we got the tech game.
Yeah, no, I actually am taking the rare time off to go to a concert in Fredericksburg. Thrash Giving. I'll be going to a concert that is all for supporting food insecurity. Well, not supporting food insecurity, combating it. And essentially it's like I think there's 8 bands. It starts at 4. It's at a brewery.
Nice. Which brewery?
I don't remember offhand.
I'm somewhat familiar with the Fredericksburg brewery scene. I know there's probably been
Waterfront, maybe.
I was gonna say there's probably some newer ones that I'm not familiar
think
with.
it's Waterfront.
That doesn't ring a bell, so
It's
maybe it's
in Fredericksburg Square. And you bring a can of food, you get in for $5, you get something like 8 hours of thrash metal.
that's
New Mutiny are playing,
sounds great.
some other bands they know. So you go have a good time.
There we go. Thrash Giving, November 4th at Water's End.
Water's End. All
Water's End on Caroline Street.
right. And
Water's End sounds like a pretty metal brewery as well. I'm not familiar with them. I don't know.
I've never heard of them before. I literally only found out about it because one of my buddies in the New Mutiny was like, "Hey, we're playing this show in Fredericksburg. Aren't you from around there?" Yes,
Yeah.
my in-laws actually live in Spotsylvania, so I'll be there.
That's awesome, man. Well, let me
But
know how the beer is. I'm looking at their page. It looks pretty legit.
If things go according to plan, I probably can make the second Pokey Hash event
Yes.
because I have nothing. I mean, I've got things in
That one might be a
November,
little. We'll
but
see how the weather is come
Yeah.
December. That might make it a whole nother little fun dealy when you start getting to those
that's also
colder
true.
months. So we'll see. Either way, that's awesome. All right. So now getting back to Halloween and all that good stuff that we are enjoying today. So I know you mentioned your Garth, obviously. Your wife's gonna have the zombie baby coming out of her belly. What are the little ones dressing up as?
So for the first year in his entire life, my son Harper is not Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
And it's devastating because we bought a new Scooby-Doo costume because one of our friends found it at a store for like $10. It's like, absolutely, let's get that. And he's Spider-Man.
okay.
Spider-Man's his thing
Stepping
now,
out of his
which I'm cool with Spider-Man. That was the first superhero I was really introduced to. All right, that's cool. And then our spirited little princess of a daughter has decided she's going to be Elsa from Frozen.
okay.
So this morning on the way in, there was a lot of, to drop them off at daycare, a lot of Spider-Man theme songs and songs from the movie Frozen. So I was very relieved to get in here and actually listen to some rock music.
See, that's interesting to me because I mean, Spider-Man's timeless in my opinion. Elsa, I mean, that came out what,
I
a
was in-
decade ago?
I think I was in
2 decades ago?
college still.
I don't know, but so I mean, I guess did y'all just recently watch that and so now she's infatuated?
No, we watched that pretty early on in our life.
Where did that come up? How does a child's brain work? It's hard to pinpoint.
It's definitely fascinating. Like I love that. That's one of my favorite things is like going to the store and watching them interact with the public and like how their gears turn. Evie is very sharp, observant. Like she definitely has great situational awareness. Harper is always like in the clouds. So they're two very different people. I don't know how she picks up on the stuff she does, but she's definitely very observant. And I think it was something that Harper's very into singing and music, and that's kind of his jam. So for whatever reason, when he was younger, it was all musicals all the time, which was just horrendous for me as someone who doesn't love musicals. And I think she picked up on that, and I think she does it to impress her big brother. That's my operating theory right now. Like, I don't know if she's horribly passionate about it. I think she does it because her brother loves music.
All right, that's good.
That's my theory.
All right, not a bad theory.
No science to back it up.
Well, that'll be fun. So you got a princess, you got a superhero, you got a zombie baby thing,
And Garth.
and Garth.
It's a motley crew.
That is quite the crew. That'll be a fun time. Yeah, I do. Oh man, I miss dressing up as a kid. And I mean, I still like dressing up as an adult, but when you're a kid and the excitement of going out there and trying to just get as much candy as possible and stuff, that's such a good time.
That's another thing about having kids is like there are so many costumes I wanted to do as a child that my parents would never let me do that I can now like fully execute. Nothing like horribly controversial. Like another idea I've got is I want to be a Varg from the black metal scene, of course, Burzum and
Okay.
he's most infamous for murdering one of his bandmates in a conflict. And I've always wanted to do the black metal face paint. So I feel like that would be a fun costume if like we fully devote to it. So that's probably going to be next year.
So that's not another one where you feel like you can go solo with it, or
Oh, I'm gonna go solo.
yeah,
with
nobody.
it.
I was gonna say you're gonna recruit
the
Sydney
kids,
to help with it? Oh,
the wife
oh,
will
that'd
be
be great.
wearing something else entirely. I could probably convince Harper to do, and I could definitely get him into Kiss makeup. He's very familiar with Kiss because of Scooby Doo.
My mind just went there. I was like, oh, but this is your last year as a 4-piece. So what are you gonna do?
True. Well, well, if you do Kiss, I mean, you could throw. You got Peter
Yeah.
Criss, you got Eric Singer, you got Eric Carr.
But they were never all hanging out together at one time.
True.
But yeah, we'll cross that bridge. All right. Well, we probably do need to wrap this up here.
So we got places to be.
Yeah. Yep. So Greater Pumpkin. It is the greatest. I was looking it up, man. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe there wasn't ever a greatest pumpkin, but the Greater Pumpkin is just that great that I thought it was the greatest. 10%, man, bourbon aged. I mean, this is just the pinnacle of pumpkin beer. Again, you don't need a whole bunch of them. I don't even know if they sell this in 6-packs. It'd be pretty gnarly
territory.
But probably I guess it'd be one of those 4-pack containers if I had to get. But it is delicious. It can get you there, no doubt about that. I'm gonna be feeling good when I'm handing the remote here in a little bit. Don't pull the bear van over. It's definitely fantastic. You gotta give it a try if you haven't already done so. Heavy Seas, man, knocking it out of the park for another great year of the pumpkin. And you're talking about the date. I wonder if this does have the age as well, drink by. I don't see anything on here, but I'm pretty sure this one can sit for a little bit.
Does it count if it's accidental?
I don't think so. But yeah, this is good stuff, man. Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
This caramel pumpkin, it's straight up like drinking candy. Not like your candy, more like a delicacy, a handcrafted chocolate caramel on the inside. I kind of want to have it as a candy now. This is delicious. I'm not going to give it a 5 because I'm pretty sure you've got the only thing that deserves a 5.
Oh yeah, did I say it was a 5? Yeah, it's a 5.
So this is a 4.75.
On the
it's absolutely delicious.
And that is on the Untapped scale, by the way, how we like to rate our beers. Feel free to follow us on there. Or is it friend us, follow us? I don't even know what it is, but DreZ Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger sitting across from me. I didn't even mention if you're watching on the Facebook, yeah, it is definitely shaved. BB does not like it.
Without the hat, I think it would have really been unsettling when you walked in.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing. It does it works. It's maybe not as noticeable.
You've just got to wear the hat all the time.
I have to wear a hat and my hair down
back.
now. Yeah. So if you're watching on the Facebook and the YouTube, this is what I look like. Baby face, clean shaven. Hey, don't get used to it because it'll hopefully look a little bit more normal come next week. So, all right, well, that's a wrap on Brewsday. I'm going to head out the door and head to Macadoo's in Christiansburg. If you want to join me, I have some concert tickets to dish out, and we'll just have some Halloween fun. It'll be a blast. Big Nate. Before we wrap it up too, we have a fun little thing starting tomorrow. Don't want to unveil it quite yet, but listen in tomorrow for a big giveaway that we're going to be doing.
I'm excited.
You're familiar. You're going to have to, or I guess you probably are. Hopefully by now you already have everything ready to go and whatnot.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yes, tomorrow we will have a pretty cool contest that we're going to be executing here on the Bear. I'll give you a hint. It's in conjunction with Thanksgiving. Yay.
My second favorite holiday.
It's a good one. All right, that's a wrap. Brewsday Tuesday. Our own Kyle. You'll be kicking it with K-Dog coming up right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.
Party on.
Party on.